my camera. My camera.
I used to be holding the camera.
Bro, everyone knows Brockhampton is fire, no cap.
What's up, guys? Ahsan here, back at it again with another YouTube video. Since it is August, I thought I'd drop you guys a freshman guide. Before you ask, I'm a rising senior. I'm qualified to give high school advice, at least freshman advice, since I'm going in my senior year. I had tips for sophomores and juniors as well, but I decided against that because, I mean, by the time you're a sophomore and a junior, you already know what you're doing in high school. It's just the freshman year where it's really like, If you want me to make a video with the sophomore tips and the junior tips and eventually the senior tips, I can make that video as well. But please just leave a comment down below and I'll get to that as well. Before I hop into this video, please make sure to give me a like, comment down below, click the subscribe button, turn on the notification bells, and all that fun stuff. Now, I have a list of around 20 or so tips. I'll probably put little thumbnails in the the comment section. I will have little thumbnails, little timestamps. That's what they're called, timestamps. Thumbnails, stupid.
Yes, we know you're stupid.
With that being said, let's get into this video. Tip number 1. The rest of these tips don't matter if you can't follow this one tip. Don't stress. Just breathe, relax. Just take a deep breath and breathe. Everything has a way of working out. Everything always works out. It's just high school, okay? It's not life or death. You'll be okay. I know a lot of people like to stress and just bring these bad feelings onto themselves, and it's not worth your time. Just relax. Just vibe. It's just high school. Just like any other school. You'll be okay. Tip number 2 that I can give you is to know where your classes are. I cannot stress the importance of this. I know so many people who on their first day of school just didn't know where their classes were. They're scrambling around, they were running around. It was a mess. Know where your classes are. If this school is most likely completely brand new in its entirety to you and you've never seen it before, and that's okay. So you need to find a map online, you need to know your room numbers, you need to know teachers, you need to know which hallways are what. You need to know all that stuff. What I did my freshman year was on my phone, which is also my camera.
I used to be holding the camera.
For the first week, 2 weeks of school, I kept my schedule. I had all my classes written down, the teacher's name, the room numbers, what block they were. I had it all written down on notes. I took a screenshot of that, and then I put that as my wallpaper. Some people I know just screenshot their schedule directly off PowerSchool, put that onto their phone. If you have PowerSchool, like put that as their background. But any way you can that's going to help you remember it, do it, because it's going to make your life so much easier and you don't have to worry about running into the wrong classes or not knowing where your classes are. Tip number 3, don't run to your classes. It's stupid that I even have to say this, but with the amount of people that I've seen run around in the hallways looking all forms of stupid, it blows my mind.
Good morning. Yes. Don't hurt yourself, please.
At my school, there's a 5-minute transition period. 5 minutes is more than enough to get from one end of the school to the other. Don't run to your classes. Don't spend too much time socializing. You'll get to your classes, and teachers are so much easier on freshmen because they know they're freshmen and they're just trying to figure out how high school works. So you'll be more than okay. Just don't run. Don't look stupid. The next tip I can give you is compiled into a couple of little subcategories, but it all mainly revolves around friends. I know a lot of people come into high school stressing about what friends they're going to find, especially if it's a brand new school to them and brand new people like it was for me. Maybe you've grown up with these people your entire life and you know all of them, and that's okay as well. But if you are worried about friends, I'm telling you, you don't need to worry about friends. Don't feel like you have to fit in to find friends. You're going to find your people. You just have to stick to yourself and be yourself, and you'll find your people. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there as well. Don't be afraid to talk to people. Don't be afraid to socialize, because that's what high school is. It's really the entranceway into becoming an adult, and you're going to eventually have to do that as an adult. You're going to have to be able to talk to people, and it's really an important skill that's needed, and I think everybody needs it, to be able to just approach someone and be able to have a conversation with them, even if you need something from them, or even if you're just trying to make friends. I think everyone should do that. And it may seem scary. Personally, for me, it's not that scary because I've been doing it my entire life, and I'm just really open and I'm really good at talking to people. I mean, that's why I'm literally staring at my iPhone talking to a camera. Back to the main point. Sidetracking. Ways to find new friends: join clubs, Even if a club doesn't look all that interesting, even if you are slightly inclined to it but you don't know if you'd fit in, do it. It looks really good on college applications, and it's an easy way for you to also find people that have the same interests as you. Another way to do that is to join any sort of sports team at your school. Even if you've never played a sport before, or you know for a fact that you're going to play the sport, sign up for a sport. Not only will it keep you healthy and active, but you'll be able to find people that play the same sport as you, and that's also another thing to bond over. It also, if you're good enough and you can possibly make a career out of it and go to college on scholarship for it, which, I mean, free college, who doesn't want that? And doing sports also shows that you're involved in the community, which colleges love to see on those applications. Another way to make a lot of friends is by taking your art classes. I know a lot of people don't really talk about art classes as a way to find friends, but it's a good way to find people who have the same interests as you. It also looks really good on colleges, and you could go to college on scholarship for it and make a career out of it. Even if you don't even if you don't typically consider yourself an art person, there's so many different sorts of arts out there. I mean, photography, regular drawing art, you can do art history, you can do theater, you can do band, you can do yearbook, that's considered an art. Like, those are all arts, and you just gotta find what speaks to you. It's a really good way to meet people who like the same things as you. It's a good way to get some friends, to get some people rolling, you know? What number tip am I on? What is this? 5? 5. We'll roll with it. Tip number 5. Number 5, keep your GPA up. As a freshman, you have a clean slate, and it's easiest to keep your GPA up high when you're a freshman. If you slack off your freshman year, it's virtually impossible for you to pull it back. Even if you do amazing all 3 of the years, it all averages out together. So your freshman year, don't slack off. Make it your best. Keep your hard work up. Just grind. If you don't care, if you're not going to college, I mean, fine, whatever, screw it. But if college is in your sights and that's what you want to do, and you want to do good, then yeah, even starting freshman year, you should be on top of your stuff, on top of your work. And it's easier for you to get higher grades and better grades in classes as a freshman, because freshman teachers are typically, in my personal experiences, easier than upperclassmen teachers, because they know you're freshmen. They're gonna take it easier on you because you are freshmen. You're babies. You're high school babies. So yeah, they'll take it easier on you. It'll be easy for you to keep your GPA up and get good grades. You'll be okay. The next tip I have is school spirit and the importance of school spirit. I know not a lot of freshmen care about school spirit, and I was one of the freshmen who didn't care about school spirit, and I regret every single time I passed up a school event, because as you grow older, I'm currently a rising senior, so I only have one more year of school events to go to, and maybe you aren't nostalgic, but most people do reminisce on high school a lot. You'll regret it if you don't go to your events. Make sure you go to your high school event, even as a freshman. Go to the football games, go to the basketball games, go to the dances, go to the pep rallies. Don't skip out on all that stuff because you find it stupid. Just go, enjoy your time, because as you get older, you'll have more and more memories to look at and more experiences to remember high school off of. And from what I've seen at my high school, the freshman sections at all the pep rallies, all the football games, all the basketball games, they're all dead, because the freshmen just simply don't care enough. They have better things to be doing. They think, oh, school spirit is dumb, you know. And I was one of those freshmen, but I regret every single time I passed up on one of those events. If I could go back and do high school over again, I would definitely, as a freshman, even as a sophomore, I would go to a lot more of the high school events, because I really didn't go to that many, if I'm going to be honest here. I went to a couple here and there as a freshman or sophomore, and then junior year I really got into it because I realized, oh shoot, I only have 2 more years of high school. I only get 2 more seasons of high school football, you know what I mean? So my next tip is geared mainly towards the girls that are there watching. So if you're a boy, you can go ahead, skip forward. But if you want to watch, I mean, you do you. But freshman girls, that senior guy is kind of weird, but you're kind of charmed by him. And all your friends are saying it's a bad idea, and he's just that senior guy. Don't do it. If you've been through it, and you're watching this video, you know exactly what I'm talking about, and I've seen it happen to plenty of my friends, and they've fallen for that trap, and it's just not a good look. It's not cool. It doesn't give you any bonus points. It doesn't give you any clout. It's just not good for you. Just don't do it. I've seen it happen way too many times. That guy, he's just going to leave you. He's just gonna use you and he's gonna leave you. And you're gonna be heartbroken, and it's gonna ruin your entire freshman year. You don't want to ruin your freshman year. You don't want to start off high school by doing something like that and then having to live with that and then realizing you could have done things a lot better way. So just don't live in that regret. Don't do it. Don't do it. All my ladies out there, don't do it. No. No bueno. This next tip is, well, it's for everyone, but it's also very experience dependent, because this tip is not to do things for clout, like trying to impress all the upperclassmen, because I mean, half the time they don't care. They just don't care enough about you, and they're not laughing at your jokes. They're laughing at you, and they just want to keep you around to poke fun at you. It's not like how the movies portray it as such, like you're gonna get bullied or stuffed into a locker or something like that. Like, that doesn't happen. This is real life, bro. It's not a movie. But most of the time, upperclassmen just don't care. I mean, sure, there's some anomalies, because I have plenty of friends that have already graduated and that I'm really close with, and they're all good people, and they've never treated me like that, and they never will treat me like that, and I'm forever grateful of that. Just keep a lookout, because some people are like that, and sometimes it's kind of hard to avoid that, because as an underclassman, you can have classes with upperclassmen, and don't let that scare you either. That's another tip. Don't let that scare you. I'll kind of blend this into one tip, but don't let it scare you, because it's really a lot more common. I know you're not used to it because of middle school, everyone's separated by grades, so yeah. But in high school, it's kind of more of a mess. So, I mean, I know personally,
I want to go take a shower.
like I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, but don't let it scare you that there's upperclassmen in your classes. As one of the, I don't mean to flex or anything, but as one of the smarter kids who had one of the advanced classes, like my math classes have always been with kids in grades above me and even 2 grades above me. At the end of the day, they're just trying to get through high school too. They may be older than you, but that's all they're trying to do. They're just trying to live. They're just trying to get through high school. You guys are all struggling together. It is what it is. So don't let it scare you, but also be careful for the upperclassmen that are just gonna make fun of you and just treat you poorly. Because not everyone's like that, but some people are like that, and it's just good to be aware of those people, if that makes sense. For the next tip, I'm going to tell you guys to be mature, or at least try to be mature. Mature. There you go. That's the word, mature. When you enter high school, you're a completely different person than the one you're going to leave high school. And I know personally, I've been through a lot of changes over high school. Like, I'm not the same guy I was even 6 months ago. Like, that's how rapid the change is. It seems like every sort of semester I kind of go through my own changes, and it just stacks up and builds upon each other, and I'm this completely different person by the end of it all. Don't let change scare you. And I know freshmen get really bad rep for being really immature, and that, I mean, they kind of still are, because you just came in from middle school, and you're used to running around top dog in middle school, and now you're the bottom feeder again in high school. At least try to act a little mature, because you're going to go through so many changes, and you will be mature at the end of the day, but at least try to be a little mature. This next tip is blended into 2 separate tips, but they're also the same tips. I don't know how to explain them. I don't even know what I'm doing. Stay out of drama. Drama is horrible. It is terrible. I dealt with it nonstop for my first 2 years of high school. After that, I just couldn't do it. Life may seem more interesting when there's drama, but it's just so toxic, and it just lays upon you, and it's just not fun. It just makes you want to drop all your schoolwork and just sleep. And drama is not fun. And on the flip side of that, don't start drama. Because it may be fun for you, but then when you get caught up in it, you're not going to be having fun. And just think about what it's like to put another person there in that drama, and then they're stressing out about it. It's just not a good thing to do. Don't create unnecessary drama. Don't spread rumors and false allegations and stuff like that. Just be a good person. It's really not that difficult. Next tip deals with toxic people. Don't do it. Don't stick around people because you need people. You will always find your people. That's the one thing about high school. Everyone always finds their people. No matter what path you take, you will always find your true friends and people who actually care about you. And don't stick around a specific group because you need people, even if they're toxic. Because toxic people will use you, abuse you, neglect you, treat you like crap, throw you out in the dumpster, set it on fire. And then if you make it out alive, they'll just redo the exact same things over to you again. Toxic people never change. You can't change a toxic person. Instead of hanging around them and letting yourself accept less than what you deserve, leave them and find something that will actually do you good, because it is a lot better to have one real friend than a bunch of fake friends. You don't need that. Continuing off of that, quality of friends over quantity. It is so much nicer. I will tell you this personally. I will tell you this myself. It is so much nicer to have good friends, like a handful of good friends, rather than a bunch of people who just don't care about you. Sure, there's friends for specific occasions, for some times here and there, but when you need a group that you can like sit down and always go to, it is so much better to have quality people rather than quantity. Not everything appears as it seems. Some people may look very real to you, look like they might be quality, and then just end up treating you like nothing. And that's just the sad reality of what the world's come to. But it's important to realize that, leave that person, and move on and find someone who's actually going to be good for you. Don't accept less than what you deserve. The next thing I'm going to say is to make sure you get a graphing calculator. Starting from Math 1 or Algebra 1 or whatever your school does, all the way up to the top tier math, you are going to need a solid, reliable graphing calculator. Now, I know this isn't one of the fancy ones with like the digital screens on them and everything. It's just a regular, boring screen. But graphing calculators can get very expensive very quickly. That graphing calculator that I just pulled out, I bought that with my own money for $15, and brand new they were telling me it was $60, not 16, sorry, $60. Graphing calculators can get very expensive very quick, so it is important to look around. Don't buy just any graphing calculator. Wait for your math teacher to hand out the syllabus, tell you what graphing calculator you need. Then go on OfferUp, eBay, Amazon, places like that. Maybe you can even look on Depop or Macari or something like that. But just look for the graphic calculator you need, because I bet you could get it a lot cheaper used instead of having to pay full price for a calculator. Here's another big tip. Make sure to sign up for driver's ed as soon as possible. The way my school has done driver's ed in North Carolina, you have to be 14 and a half to sign up for driver's ed. You can get your permit as early as 15 and your license as early as 16. I signed up for driver's ed when I was around 15 and a half, so I got my permit at around 16, and then I just recently got my license at 17. So as soon as you can, make sure to sign up for driver's ed, make sure to go through it, make sure to get your permit so you can start driving as early as possible. I wish I had done that. I wish so bad that I had done that. Because sophomore year, there's some kids, second semester sophomore year, they're already turned 16, so they're driving to school. Junior year, almost everyone's driving to school, and I haven't been able to do that because I only got my license halfway through junior year, so there wasn't any parking spots left. Next year, hopefully, I'll be able to drive to school and be able to look cool and be able to flex on people. But before then, I was stuck on the bus, and it was trash. It was so bad. But, yeah, driver's ed. Sign up for it as soon as possible. ASAP. Not ASAP Rocky, but ASAP.
ASAP?
Yes, sir.
Rocky,
Yes, sir.
welcome to Austin, Texas, ASAP.
Thank you, sir.
The final and last tip I can give you, because I've lost count of track is what I was about to say. Whew. The last tip I can give you is to create a good bond with, if not a couple teachers, a teacher. You will find a teacher that does like you. And if they do like you, it's important for you to create a bond with them, because sometimes you just need a person to talk to, like a teacher. So you can talk to a teacher. You can eat lunch in their classroom. You can just chill with them. Or, if you want to get heavily involved in clubs, it's a good idea to be close with the teacher, because then you can know everything before everyone else does. They can trust you with stuff. And most importantly, if you don't care about the rest of the stuff, college applications. They will write recommendation letters for you, and usually teacher-based recommendations are the most heartfelt, and if the teacher genuinely likes you, they will write a solid recommendation. And some colleges weigh those recommendations so heavy. They taught you. So it means a lot. It's good to be close with the teacher for almost anything you need. That is all my tips for you freshies to survive high school and thrive. If any of my upperclassmen people, anyone who's actually graduated high school or that's watching this, if I missed anything, drop them down below. If I think it's a good tip, I will heart it, I will like it. Maybe I'll even respond to you, who knows. If you enjoy this video, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, notification bell, tell me about your friends. Go watch some of the other videos, I'll have them linked down below. Go watch some stuff, get my views up, get my subs up. I'm pushing, I'm grinding, okay? New videos coming out soon. But thank you guys for watching. I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.